This incident isn't from very long ago. It happened in 2006, in the heart of Kiev, Ukraine. A young man was found in an extremely confused state. He was wearing old-fashioned clothes and had an antique camera hanging around his neck. People thought he might be mentally unstable, but little did they know he would become part of a strange story of time travel. The man introduced himself as Sergei Ponomarenko. When the police asked for his ID, he presented one issued by a country that no longer exists. Yes, you guessed it, the Soviet Union. As we all know, Ukraine was once part of the Soviet Union, but by the time this event occurred, it had been 20 years since the Soviet Union had dissolved. It wasn't unusual for the Ukrainian police to come across old Soviet documents before, but what shocked them was that Sergei looked like he was only 20 to 25 years old, yet his ID showed his date of birth as 1932. And it wasn't just the date, the photo on the ID was of the same young man standing in front of them. This made no sense to the police. How could someone born in 1932 look like they were in their 20s in 2006, more than 74 years later? When the police asked him what the current date was, he paused and replied, April 23, 1958. That's when they became convinced something was seriously wrong with him. They took him to a mental hospital where Dr. Pablo Katrakov evaluated his mental state. Sergei himself was confused and couldn't understand what was happening. The doctor asked him if he remembered how he came from 1958 to 2006. Sergei explained that he had gone out for a walk around the city in daylight to take good photographs. While doing so, he noticed something strange flying in the sky. When asked what it looked like, he said he couldn't really explain it, but he had captured a photo of it with his camera. While saying this, he handed the camera to the doctor. This intrigued the doctor, but what shocked him even more was the old Yashica Flex camera in pristine condition. The problem was that the film roll used in that camera had been discontinued in the 1970s. So, they called in an expert named Vadim Posner, who examined the film roll and confirmed it was manufactured in 1956. When he developed the photographs, things became even more confusing. The images clearly showed Kiev from the 1950s, cars, buildings, and street signs from that era. Some buildings shown in the pictures had even been demolished decades ago. And in those photos were Sergei and his girlfriend, standing in front of those very buildings, Sergei looking exactly the same as he did now, wearing the same clothes, sitting in front of the doctor. The last photo, as Sergei had mentioned, even showed an unidentified flying object in the sky. After seeing all this, the doctor struggled to believe what was happening, but he had no other explanation. It seemed Sergei really had traveled through time from 1958 to 2006. But before the mystery could be solved, something even stranger happened. While the doctor was still processing everything, Sergei walked out of the room, shut the door behind him, and was never seen again. He vanished without a trace, leaving behind only his camera, some photographs, and a bizarre, unexplained story.